welcome back, guys, to another brand new episode. You guys heard us yesterday talking about a couple games for the Champions League, and it is now Wednesday. We are talking more Champions League because it's the best time of year. Champions League is every Tuesday and Wednesday. Today, we have a couple more games on the docket. We're looking at Borussia Monchengladbach, which I said right this time. I'm so proud of myself, versus Man City. I get a thumbs up from Hector, and Edward's just kind of like, oh, God, here we go. I don't have to say this name, thankfully. And so Monchengladbach versus Man City in the first one we're going to talk about. The second game, Atalanta versus Real Madrid. Hector's Real Madrid. This is the team he is riding and dying by for our bet, for the singing bet. He might actually have to sing if Atalanta comes out and plays well against Real Madrid. But we'll get to that one later. We're starting with Borussia Monchengladbach versus Man City. And this one, very interesting, guys. Monchengladbach making the knockout round for the first time since the 90s. And even that was kind of a very quick service mode in the knockout round. They saw themselves out about as quickly as you could possibly see yourselves out of a knockout round. And Man City's doing Man City things right now in the EPL, absolutely tearing it up. For all intents and purposes, Pep's men are unbeatable right now, if you will. They look absolutely outstanding, and they have Ilkay Gundogan, who is looking like a potential player of the year for the EPL, and it's a spectacle to see. So, guys, what do you see going into this one? Edward, we'll start with you on this one, mostly because I just want to try to see you say this name.
Borussia Monchengladbach. Yeah.
There it is.
There it is. Well, let me just say Monchengladbach. I think they do have a potential to actually beat Man City. I just Man City just has, like, even their young talents, like, Phil Foden, like, dude, like they're okay. I guess you could say in the EPL they're the Bayern Munich of the EPL. So they're stacked. They're stacked.
Or they're just the Man City of the EPL at this point.
I'm just saying they're and they got Pep Guardiola as a manager. To me, he is the best manager out there right now.
Ooh. All right, hold on. Pump the brakes there, guy. Pump the brakes. I know you're a Barca fan, but pump the hate brakes on you a little bit right there. We'll just
all right.
Your fanship is coming through a little too. He's a fantastic manager. I don't think he's the best. But
he's also a Dortmund fan.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's just out and outright saying Pep is the best, even though there's a guy by the name of Jurgen Klopp who's still fantastic, possibly better than Pep. Definitely handles the press better than Pep.
Are you sure the Liverpool fanatic ain't showing?
100%. It's coming out right now. I'm a red through and through, so yeah, it happens. I can't help myself.
Nah, but everything that I'm saying, I really think Man City is gonna show up and play to win. Monchengladbach, I mean, I don't know exactly how their game style is personally, because I haven't even seen a couple of their games recently. So it's just I'm riding with Man City on this one, and but I do feel like a key player is Phil Foden. I've seen him play recently, and kid's good, and he's one of my like young talents, like, to scout for any other team that wants to pick him up. Barcelona, but and it's just he's hella good. Who's their striker right now besides Kuhn, who they rely on? Man City.
It's Raheem Sterling.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Since Aguero is just now coming back off injury, he's still won't he play right now?
So Raheem Sterling, yeah. So yeah, I mean, with Raheem Sterling up there, hell yeah. He's got that crazy ass speed, power, and his shot. Oh yeah.
Runs like a little T-Rex.
Yeah, exactly. But that T-Rex runs fast.
He may run fast. He just looks super awkward.
Yeah. He's
I mean, at least he's not doing the Naruto run.
Yeah, it's about as close as you can get in soccer, I feel like. I mean, all he needs to do is stop moving his hands forward, and he'll be there.
Yeah.
So
all of a sudden, I'm gonna start making a video or Vine or something talking about the Naruto song, the freaking flutes in the background. But anyway,
so
right.
Hector, save us from the anime hole we were about to go down.
All right. So, I mean, yeah, this is obviously a favorable matchup for Man City, but I think a lot of eyes are going to be on Borussia Monchengladbach, mainly because Marco Rose, who is the current manager of Borussia Monchengladbach, is going to be the manager of Borussia Dortmund next summer. So I mean, there's going to be all eyes on him for at least to see how he can handle in a Champions League setting. Obviously, this is not necessarily the most great setting to be put in because you got to go up against Man City and a Man City team that has been looking a lot better. Now they're getting kind of themselves back in the top in the top part of the table in the EPL, and I'm sure that Pep wants a Champions League here for Man City. I mean, he's been able to win Champions League titles everywhere he's gone. I mean, he's won it with Barcelona, he's won it with Bayern Munich. I mean, it'd be great. I'm sure he wants to win one for Man City, and I believe that would be the first one for Man City. But I mean, kind of what Edward's saying, Phil Foden is going to definitely be a key factor. I mean, you obviously still have Kevin De Bruyne, Raheem Sterling, but a player that I'm actually going to be intrigued into seeing, and he currently is actually leading Man City in Champions League goals, and that is Ferran Torres. I think that's going to be a player to definitely keep an eye out. As far as Borussia Mönchengladbach, I would say Plea would be the player that I would be looking up top. I think as far as creating some opportunities for them, but I mean you're going to go up against a very, I would say a stingy defense. I wouldn't say they're necessarily like the best back line in all of the Champions League, but I think a pretty decent back line. And then you have Ederson in between the sticks, or they can also go with Zach Steffen, the American goalkeeper.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. We might see an American keeper in this one, and Zach Steffen, who might come in and decide to, and they might put Pep might put him into play, just to get him some time playing. But yeah, everything you guys saying about Man City are obviously they're a terrifying group to watch. You did mention Playa, who is up front center forward for Mönchengladbach. Let's not forget Lars Stindl still exists. He is still there somehow, still putting around, and at 32 playing well, keeping this Borussia Mönchengladbach team in 8th in the Bundesliga. Marcus Thuram, the Dutch left winger, he's there. He's actually playing outstanding this season as well. Doing young 23-year-old, and Ibrahima Traore. He's a guy he's a little older, former French midfielder, but honestly he's been excellent coming off the bench as kind of that super sub for Marco Rose's team, and exactly what you mentioned, Hector. Everybody's going to be eyes on him because he is taking over Dortmund. The yellow and black are going to be watching him very closely, and Bayern especially is going to be watching what he can do very closely in this stage, because this is something that they're all looking for next year. Is like,
and
okay,
then
well,
also I'll throw
what do we
one more
expect?
thing too. I'll also throw one more thing too, because if I'm a certain manager who's most likely going to be the new manager for Borussia Mönchengladbach, which is the American Jesse Marsch, this is definitely his opportunity to get some scouting done on his current team to see what he would need to bring in once he takes over this club. And I mean, basically, essentially, Jesse Marsch is being groomed to be the manager of Borussia Dortmund. This is what basically is all that we're seeing from here. But also another name that I want to drop for Mönchengladbach is Ginter, their center back.
Mm-hmm.
One that I particularly like, hoping that maybe one day Arsenal can maybe try to snatch him over there and bring him over, but don't think that's happening. It'd be nice.
I think that one's kind of settled on him, and Jan Sommer in the back as well. That the team has a very nice spine in Mönchengladbach, but unfortunately they are all getting older. You mentioned Ginter; he's 27, so he's been around the block a few years, and not sure how much more he's gonna be sticking around there. But yeah, Man City, they're one of those teams. It's hard to say anything bad against them because we all know what they can do at a drop of a hat. They can absolutely just take a 0-0 game and turn it into a 4-0 game in 5 minutes. I mean, they are just that good. It's terrifying to watch. So everything that I can say negative about them, I can also say positive about them because they are just that good when they want to be. But guys, going forward, what's your guys' predictions for this one?
Well, you know what, Hector, what's your prediction for this one?
No, that's what we're doing. Okay, we're just gonna keep passing. All right,
We're passing the ball.
Kelsey, what's your prediction? No, I'm just playing.
I was like, I'll give you my prediction.
I'll keep it simple. I think it's gonna be a 2-0 win for Man City.
Okay, all right, I like it. I'll go ahead and say mine. I mean, yeah, I think it's going to be a 3-0 easy victory for Man City. I think we're going to see Pep Guardiola pull out the old school tiki taka and with Gundogan and Sterling and De Bruyne and insert name here is going to be just absolutely dominating everything. It's pick your poison with that team, and so easy 3-0 victory for Man City.
Well, I agree with Hector. That was actually what I was gonna say is 2-0, Man City to win it. So I mean, it looks like we're all agreeing on Man City taking this game.
Yeah, it looks like we got a clean Man City sweep. 2-0 for you guys, and I have a 3-0. I look like the asshole this time, so I appreciate you guys. Hector, Edward didn't want to bail me out and let me keep my middle of the road predictions going.
Hey, I'm going with my gut, so
I feel you.
That's what my gut's telling me.
It's going to be a crazy one. I mean, like I said, this Man City team, they can score at a drop of a hat, so it could be 6-0, and for all we know, and our Porto prediction from the last week is going to be something that we should have just put on this one. So who knows? But we're going to take a real quick break, guys, and when we get back, we will talk Atalanta versus Real Madrid. The game Hector is waiting to, and sitting on the edge of his seat to talk about. You know he's excited for this one, guys. We'll be right back. What's up, everybody? It's Kelsey from the High Low Sports Podcast. You know, if you missed the brand new news, we have partnered with Fanatics.com. So if you're in the market for a brand new t-shirt, brand new hoodie, brand new jersey, no matter the team, no matter the player, no matter the sport, Fanatics.com is your place to stop. Not only does this help support our podcast, but it helps support the entire Unhinged Sports Network. Check the link in our bio or go to unhingedsn.com. On behalf of DJ and the High Low Sports Podcast, see ya. What's up, everybody? It's Kelsey from the High Low Sports Podcast, and we recently partnered with Fubo TV. What is Fubo TV? Fubo TV is a service to broadcast live TV over the internet, no cable required. Watch your favorite teams, network shows, news, and movies on over 100 plus channels. You get channels like CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox. You can watch all the games. So go ahead, click that link in our bio, and get started on your 7-day free trial. And stay tuned to some more great programming right here on the Unhinged Sports Network. And welcome back, guys. Obviously, just heard about Fubo and Fanatics. If you guys haven't already joined the movement, join Fubo TV, and cut the cord. Quit paying for your high cable bills. Pay the much cheaper price for Fubo TV. Get all the games on any network, and honestly, you can't miss it. We get to watch all our Champions League games on Fubo TV. And on top of that, if you're like Hector and you happen to be a Real Madrid fan, go get yourself a Los Galacticos jersey. They're obviously fantastic. And yeah, number one in Hector's eyes. If you're watching on YouTube, you see him doing the whole corny "I'm number one" fan thing.
Hey, last time I checked, Real Madrid has how many Champions League titles?
It doesn't matter how many they have. They're not the reigning title champion holder. That's all that matters. And they didn't break somebody's arm to win their last Champions League title. So moving forward,
we just have to rely on a very shitty goalkeeper.
Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. You guys got a gift from the gods of goalkeepers, and you were gifted the worst goalkeeper to ever play in a knockout round game, and he gifted so many chances. It lives in my nightmares, especially as a former goalkeeper. Lives in my nightmares. But that does bring us to Atalanta versus Real Madrid, guys. This game, for all intents and purposes, seems like a very, very Real Madrid positive game, kind of like the Man City game. However,
I don't know about that.
Atalanta is a very tricky opponent. They have upset many a team in the knockout stages. They were a quarterfinalist last year, so they do know how to get past the round of 16. They can defeat teams, especially teams when they go away. It's a very fantastic thing to watch. They play safe and they play smart. So Hector, you obviously have a leg in on this one. We'll let you go first. We'll let you ease the pain and the stress of it, and tell us what you think going forward in this one.
As far as Atalanta, man, they have, like you said, they're a really good team. I think the two players that at least I like to highlight is Duvan Zapata and Luis Muriel, the Colombians as I always call them. I mean, Atalanta is a really like the thing that I like about Atalanta is they've gotten better and better each year,
Mm-hmm.
and I hopefully that doesn't apply this time around, but they're not necessarily going up against a very 100% Real Madrid. I mean, they got injuries up the wazoo with Rodrigo out for a hamstring injury. Sergio Ramos still dealing with his torn meniscus. Federico Valverde has a muscle injury. Eden Hazard is injured. Go figure. Dani Carvajal is also injured as well. Marcelo is injured. Eder Militao will also be injured. Oriozola is also injured. So you're without two right backs, and Karim Benzema as well is out with an injury. So you Real Madrid is going to be pretty depleted in this game, to say the least. Up front,
Like,
you're probably gonna see Mariano Diaz, Vinicius. You're gonna see. It's gonna be interesting to see what Zinedine Zidane has in mind, because you also loaned out a lot of your depth players, because I mean Odegaard's now with Arsenal. Luka Jovic probably be pretty convenient to have right now.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
You know who might be a convenient one for you guys still, even though he'd rather probably be playing golf somewhere, is Gareth Bale.
Yeah, that would be pretty convenient right now. But I mean, you'll probably see Nacho Fernandez at right back. Well, actually, you don't know, because I mean, we're without two center backs, so it's gonna be definitely not only just on Zinedine Zidane, but it's gonna be big on Rafael Varane. Can he uh have a solid defensive performance? He's been kind of a liability as of lately. We'll see what happens with Lucas Vasquez. They're gonna have to put him up front. I mean, with all the injuries that they had at the winger position, so thank God he's not gonna be playing fullback. But it's gonna be interesting to see what Real Madrid does. I mean, you still have Thibaut Courtois. Like I said, you still have Casemiro. I mean, they find ways to win games even with these injury issues. They did come off of a win, in this past weekend, but it's gonna be big on this team to try to at least have something manageable for the next game. So hopefully, when they start getting their players back, Real Madrid could really make a run.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that injury bug right now is plaguing Real Madrid at the
yep.
worst possible time when they need healthy players to get through this Atalanta game. It's not going to be the easiest game, despite what many people underestimate this Atalanta team. They are a team that is not to be trifled with. Edward, what do you see from this one?
Well, following on Hector's description, I was gonna highlight Duvan Zapata as a striker. I was wondering if Real Madrid has players in the back line to be able to stop him, and because he's one of their main goal scorers, right, in Atalanta. So he I don't know, like he said, all these injuries that are going on, like, is he able to be stopped? Is Varane able to stop him, if anything? So, I mean, that's going to be a good matchup. I mean, I guess you could say it's like I guess I could call it not a warm up, but it's like a test for the back line without all their main starters to go against somebody who has that a pretty good reputation in the Italian league right now. So
no, that's for sure. You're exactly right. That is going to be a matchup to watch. One for me is actually a new signing for Atalanta. He is eligible to play in the Champions League because he was not in any of the group stage matchups, so he's still eligible to play. Is Victor Kovalenko? He just came over to sign for Atalanta. He's coming over. He's a former Ukrainian champion. He's only 26. If that is it 26? Hold on, I might have gotten that wrong. He might be 23. Either way, he's still a young player. He's a Ukrainian player coming over, former Ukrainian champion. He has 4 former titles there, so he knows how to win. And his former teams have played in Champions League play. So if he gets cleared to play in time from health purposes, don't be surprised if he comes off the bench to help Zapata, help this attacking midfield, and just sort of shore up that midfield. So
he's 25. He's 25.
Yeah.
I just looked at it right now.
So I mean, he is still in the prime, and then also there's a guy by the name of Mario Pasalic, who is a Chelsea transfer loan over from Chelsea. That's the one that's 26. So he's over another guy who's just a central midfielder that's just going to kind of dictate the way this game's played. Which right now, playing against Real Madrid, you have to kind of have those guys to break up the quick counter attacks that you're going to see from Madrid, because they're going to try to take advantage of that back line and try to get something quick on the attack. So you need two midfielders there that are just going to kind of stir up things for Atalanta and be able to take the ball back away or just battle. And, you might see a couple professional fouls here and there that stop a Real Madrid attack, much to Hector's chagrin, if you will, if they have a great break. But it's going to be something that's going to be kind of my focus for Atalanta, is that midfield, making sure that they don't allow Madrid to get on the front foot and just kind of muck it up, if you will. Not so much play dirty, but just keep things frustrating for Real Madrid. Don't let them unpack you. Don't let them get free flowing with the ball in midfield. If they start putting three passes together, somebody's got to step in and break it up. That's kind of what you expect from Atalanta. They're not going to play. It's not so much dirty ball as it is just ugly, but that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna break you down that way and try to sneak one by you on the attack. So that's kind of what I see from this. Is that's where the big matchup for me is going to be. But that brings us to the predictions. Again, last week, not our greatest week of predictions. We went a little bit more stable in our predictions this week. But Hector, we'll get to you last on this one. We'll let you go last on this. Give us your prediction last. Edward, what you got for us for this Atalanta Real Madrid game?
This is gonna be. I want to say it's gonna be a 2-2 tie.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay. 2-2 tie. I honestly can see it. For many reasons, but at the same time, I'm still like, well, hold on here, guy. But
you're gonna give a leg up to one or the other guy. Huh?
Yeah, but it is being played in Atalanta, and so that is something to be considered. Is games at home, the home team usually does play a little bit better, as we saw with Porto versus Juve, in that 2-1 Porto victory last week. That I'm going to keep harping on because we all got that so wrong. And Porto showed us exactly how a under predicted team can do at home in the knockout round. And it's because of that I'm looking at this Atalanta team, and I actually see them going up 2-1 and actually winning 2-1 against Real Madrid. I just think the injuries play a part for Madrid, and unfortunately, it's injuries in the wrong places. So we'll see how that goes. I'm honestly probably going to be so wrong. I'm going to be eating my words, but. You know what? If I get it right, I get it right, and I'm going to celebrate a little bit. But Hector, what about you, man? What's your predictions for this one?
I mean, aside with all the injuries, the one thing that I guess you can say is still intact is the midfield with Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, and Casemiro in the midfield. So I honestly think that the matchup for Duvan Zapata is actually not Varane. It's actually going to be Casemiro. That's going to be the matchup for me. And I think that at least with them, and I think the person that I want to kind of put some sort of pressure on in this one is Vinicius. I think that this is the game where I need him to go off, bring some spark. He's going to have to use his speed. Benzema's not there anymore, so maybe he can finally be a little bit more freely to do what he wants to do. Kind of just little joke to what happened earlier in the season that there was some hostility between him and Benzema. There isn't, but I mean, just there's that. But I think as long as I think when you have playmakers like Toni Kroos and Luka Modric and guys that can definitely score outside the box like those two can, I feel like you still feel like you got something in it. And as long as you play discipline, and I mean, at this point, I feel like every game for Zinedine Zidane is his job's on the line every single time. And I'm going to say it's going to be a 2-1 win for Real Madrid.
Okay. I like it. I actually like that a lot. I'm glad none of us chose a scoreless game for either side because Real Madrid's last, 19 matches versus Italian teams, both teams have scored. So, and on their last 16 trips to Italy, they have only won 3 of their games. So it's very interesting to see that Real Madrid doesn't fare well traveling to Italy. However, they always manage to score against Italian opponents. So it's just something to look out for, that we can and likely will see a lot of goals from this one. So it's going to be very interesting going forward. And Vinicius, man, yeah, the guy needs to show why he's been touted as the next big thing, because he is not, since he burst onto the scene, really, he's been underperforming since, which is cruel to say because for any other team in the world, he's like a fantastic player. But for Real Madrid, you're just kind of one of the guys at this point in time. So guys, that wraps us up for today. Again, any final words? This is going to be an exciting day of soccer. I'm excited to see what Real Madrid can do in this one. So I know I'm pumped for this one. But Hector, what about you?
Man, I'm just excited that I get to watch some Real Madrid play. 13 Champions League titles. This is kind of their tournament. I'm gonna constantly bring that up, and you guys can't say that I didn't witness any of them because I got to witness 4 of them. But I mean, it's gonna be great timing. back to back episodes of this. But
you guys are gonna hear the alarm again.
No, it's gonna. I think it's gonna be a great one. Not only that one, but obviously the other match that's happening with Man City. I think this is gonna be a good game. 2 good games. I think this one probably the one that's probably gonna be more looked at just because it is kind of Real Madrid versus going up against a team that has done very well as of lately in the Champions League. So and looking to keep getting better each year. So I mean, I think this is gonna be a good day of matches.
Definitely. Edward, what about you? Any final words?
Well, I just want to see. I honestly want to see what I guess you could say Real Madrid's like backup line has, because that way I can compare it to what Barcelona has to their disgrace of the game they played. But no, it's gonna be a hell of a match because Atalanta. Oh my God, traba lengua. They're a good team. They're that gritty team. We talked about them quite a few times when we would try to get Spence to see what kind of team he would go for. Remember? And then so
where would they be able to listen to that, Edward?
Huh?
Where would they be able to listen to that?
At Intername FC.
There you go.
There's the plug we were looking for.
Hector was looking for it. I'm over here like just explaining it. But
Edward's going full explanation mode, not even thinking about the plug. Hector's like, plug the show.
We talked about this before. We talked about.
Yeah. But anyways, Atalanta is a gritty team. They are a hardworking team. So I really am excited to watch them play against Real Madrid. It's I guess you could say it's something to prove, so it's going to be a hell of a match.
Oh, definitely. So that does bring us to this, guys. Thursday is tomorrow. That's our days for our brand new episodes to come out. What time do you guys come on, and how do they watch and listen if they don't catch it live on Unhinged Sports Network?
Hector?
Okay. Well, I mean, I was going to say it anyways, but so you can catch us obviously at 12 p.m. Eastern time at unhingedsn.com. And immediately after, you can actually find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, or you can just find us at Insername FC on Instagram and Twitter. There's a link. It's a link tree. It'll show you all our listening platforms, and you can go ahead and listen to us shoot the shit. Especially, obviously, last week didn't go the way we wanted because of the cold front and Texas being incapable of handling the cold. So, which led to massive blackouts and all that. So we weren't actually able to record our episode that we were hyping up last week. I think so actually this week we'll have our actual episode 24, and we'll be having an interview with Victor Ariza from the Striker Texas, which is a growing soccer platform that's growing in the state of Texas. It just started, but it's basically kind of their way to cover soccer in the state of Texas, all the way from high school level all the way up to the professional level.
Fantastic. I know I can't wait for that. I was looking for it last week, and that's when you guys sent us a message saying, hey, we don't have power. And I was like, oh, crap. Well, hopefully everything's okay. And I can't wait for it next week. So I've been excited for this one for a week and a half now. For us, guys, we are right after you guys. We are 2 p.m. Eastern time at the High Low Sports Podcast, live on UnhingedSportsNetwork.com. Or click the link in our bio, or unhingedsn.airtime.pro. I don't know why I still have that memorized, but I'd have it memorized. You guys can check us out there. We do also release our episodes every Friday at 2 p.m., so we wait 24 hours before we release them on Anchor and all of our other platforms that it goes out to, so Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and our website. They go out to our website as well, highlowsportspodcast.com. And on top of that, guys, if you're checking us out on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and then head on over to High Low Sports Podcast on YouTube and hit the subscribe button there. Follow along with us as well. We do a couple special episodes on YouTube. All of our interviews are on YouTube as well, so that way you get to see all of our beautiful guest face, or in this case, my made-for-radio face and my beautiful guest face. So I try to cover up my face as much as possible. If you guys ever notice, it happens, and it's just a thing. But guys, be sure to check us out. And as always, we'll see you guys next week, but enjoy the games tonight.